Hi guys, I'm just making this video to recount what I went through when I passed my kidney stone. It's a pretty small kidney stone and I will show you what it looks like after, but I'll just recount what I went through first, and I'm just going to make it really short and sweet. Okay, first of all, it happened over a 3-day span, which is insanely lucky, guys. Like, I mean, seriously, there's a lot of people that suffer for months with these things. But I had a really small one. And it only took 3 days for it to pass through my system. I drank a shitload of water in order to help it pass through, and that's what they recommend that you do. Just like a lot of water, a lot of fluid. Water's best though. I also drank lemon juice. I heard that was pretty good too. A doctor didn't tell me that. I listened to videos and stuff and whatnot. So it did help a little bit, I think. But anyway, so over the 3 days, I went to the ER twice because of really, really bad pain. Like, it was such an intense pain that, you know, I wanted to die. And I thought I was dying. So, you know, and I have irritable bowels, so I know what intense pain is. But this was beyond that. This was like intense pain that went beyond anything I'd felt before, so I knew something major was wrong. And I just didn't know if it was my appendix. Anyway, so the first day I was in the ER, I was there for probably about 6 hours. I was in a lot of pain, so they gave me an IV, they put fluids through me, they gave me something called Toradol. It was like a Toradol drip, and I had that for a little while. It took the edge off, it was really great. And then about 5 hours in, I started feeling a little better. They did take an ultrasound, but it didn't show anything at the time. Probably because the damn thing was so small, and because I didn't have anything in my bladder because I kept peeing all the time. Because I kept feeling like I had to pee constantly. Anyway, and don't even get me into how, don't get me started on how hard it was to pee when I had a friggin' thing in my arm. It was insanely difficult to pee. Anyway, because, you know, you have to pull your pants up and down, and you have to wipe and all stuff, and I'm right-handed, and of course they had to put it in my right arm. Oh my god. Anyway, so, yeah, it was one of those days. So it was tough. But anyway, at least that was a Sunday, so I had lots of time to do whatever I needed to do for myself. Anyway, so I missed work for a couple days after that because of the kidney stone. It didn't resolve itself, like I say, until about the 3rd day. And then basically the 2nd day what happened is I didn't feel any pain in my kidney the 2nd day. Maybe it was because of the Toradol, I'm not sure, because I kept giving it to myself as often as it said I could, basically, and it seemed like it helped that. But it didn't do a thing for my bladder. My bladder was it felt like pressure and pain the whole day. But I just kind of thought, you know, maybe it's just an infection in my bladder. Because I didn't feel the pain in my kidney anymore, right? It was just like maybe a dull ache. So I thought, that's weird. But then I thought, it's possible maybe it passed into my bladder while I was sleeping or something. Who knows? But I never saw myself peeing anything out, so I didn't know what was going on. Anyway, the day after that, which would be the 3rd day, I went to the ER again because I was not only having pain in my bladder like I had been the day before, but I was also having the same kidney pain that I had the first day I went to the ER. So I was in intense pain in my bladder and intense pain in my kidney, and I thought I was going to die again. So I quickly took one of my Toradol pills that they had prescribed for me. Thank God they did that. I would have just been I would have been done. You know, it took the edge off enough that I could get to the ER and wait I think 45 minutes I had to wait, which was fine. And I got to see a doctor and she got me into a CT scan, but it took about 2 hours for me to get into the CT scan. So while I was waiting, the Toradol wore off, and you know, the only thing they can give you after Toradol is morphine. So I was just like, no thanks guys, I don't want morphine, but thanks anyway. Because I don't want to be that stoned out, you know what I mean? Like, I'd rather keep my senses. So all I could do was, because I was in so much pain, was just kind of sit there and try and kind of stretch out my side a bit. Because I found that by stretching it out a bit, I was giving it lots of room to do whatever it needed to do. And for some reason it helped a lot doing that. But if I was crouched over, it just made it worse. So I tried to just keep it stretched out and just try and kind of calmly keep myself calm, you know, and just kind of breathe and stretch it out as much as I needed to. And I also, I have these ginger candies called Gin-Gins, and for some reason they seem to help. I have no idea why. Maybe it's because they're really spicy and it took my mind off the pain, but not only that, but I ended up talking to people randomly and that helped too. So if you ever are going through kidney pain and stuff like that and you're in the hospital and there's nothing you can do about it because you've already taken your one pain pill and you don't want morphine, find somebody to talk to, have some ginger, you'll be good to go. Like, I mean, I'm not saying that I wasn't in pain the whole time, because I was, but it took my mind off the pain. So it gave me temporary relief so that I could get through it when they weren't around or when I didn't have the ginger. Anyway, so that being said, I love that term, that being said. Anyway, I go to get the CT scan, and this is finally after 2 hours of waiting to get in to see the CT scan. And I'm waiting there for about 15 minutes or so, and I feel this intense burning pain. Like, it shocked me. It was so intense. But it was like kind of like a momentary thing. But it was really bad. Like, it was really bad. And I feel this in my bladder, and I'm like, whoa, what the hell was that? Like, it shocked me enough for me to go, whoa, you know, like, whoa. So I'm like, I gotta go to the bathroom now. So I get my ass into the bathroom. And thankfully, the second time I was in the ER, I didn't have to have an IV, because I'd already taken a Toradol anyway, so I didn't need it. So I was able to just go freely to the bathroom and stuff without having a lot of this bullshit having to put up with an IV. Anyway, so I went to the washroom, thought for sure I was going to pass it. Didn't pass it. But the pain subsided a little bit, like just enough in my kidney that I could go in and get my CT without any problems. Because otherwise I was just like constantly having to change positions to get comfortable, to not be like in constant pain. And, you know, like intense constant pain. So anyway, I go get the CT scan, and I'm like sitting there shitting my pants, worrying, not literally shitting my pants, but that's just an expression, you know. I was like worried that I was going to have to get this stupid dye put in my veins. And I've heard from different people that it can be irritating and really uncomfortable. My mom actually had to get a CT scan with dye, and she said it was the most horrible experience of her life. And it's just like, well, wow. You know, so I'm going by that, and I'm going by people coming out of there saying, oh my god, that burned, and stuff like that. And I was like, oh my god, because that's the last thing I need is more pain in my body. You know what I mean? So I was so worried about that. But the time I got in there, he was just like, okay, you just have to lay down here, you know, on the table for the CT scanner, and I didn't have to get it. So I was like, yes. So anyway, the final results of the CT were that they actually saw that the ureter, I believe is ureter or something. It's like the tube that goes from your kidney to your bladder. It was stretched. So, and because that's like a big sign that you've had a kidney stone in there, and it's stretched its way through there, and it's in your bladder, or you've peed it out. And I definitely hadn't peed it out yet at that point. So the doctor basically also gave me some, like, a prescription for antibiotics in case that I also had an infection, because my bladder was still burning and stuff, and it just didn't feel right. So, and my kidney was still burning a bit too, so she was just, you know, as a precaution, that way I wouldn't have to go back to the ER to get that, you know, another time. So she basically gave me that just in case, and there I was good to go. So I left that part of the ER, and then I had to go pee again, and I was just like, oh god. So I found a bathroom, and as I was going to the bathroom, I was just like, something felt kind of different. It felt like I could finally pee again, even though I had been peeing this whole time. Like, not the whole time I'm sitting there, but I'd been going to the bathroom off and on the whole time I was at the ER, but it just didn't feel like I was fully releasing it, you know what I mean? But this time it felt like really nice. It felt like I fully was able to release my pee. And I looked into the toilet, and lo and behold, I see this, what looks like this black spot. And it was a kidney stone. And it was really tiny, but it was definitely a kidney stone. And luckily, it didn't actually go into the water. It just, like, it was just on, like, the edge, just above the water in the toilet. And I don't know if you'll be able to see it, but I'm going to try and get it on the side here so that it's more visible. I asked them for a cup, so you can kind of see it there. It's still really cloudy, you can't really see it that well, but it looks tinier than what it actually is. There you go, that's a good picture of it. It does look pretty tiny in here, but it's actually bigger, like I say, it's bigger than it looks in there. And and I'm not going to take it out because I don't want to touch it. It came out of my body. It's kind of gross. Anyway, so I kept it just, you know, because I thought it was fascinating. This thing came out of my body and it caused so much friggin' pain and it's so small. So anyway, yeah, that's what I went through. And I hope to God none of you ever have to go through that because it really sucks. And if you have, welcome to the club, because you know what? This is a club. This is definitely a club. Anyone that's ever been through this shit, we all know what it's like. It's really painful. And I can say that I have spoken to people that have said that it is definitely pretty similar, if not exactly the same, as labor pains. Some people have actually said that it's worse than labor pains. You know, and this is women that are saying this. It's not men. So, wow. Now I know what I have to look forward to. Woohoo! Anyway, I hope I don't get another one. Wow, that's gonna suck if I do. Anyway, that's it for now, and I hope you enjoyed this video, and if you've been through one too, please leave a comment. Please tell me what you've been through. Make a video for me. I'd love to hear it. I find this stuff really fascinating, and, you know, I like to talk to people that have gone through things that I've been through, and we can compare our experiences. Anyway, have a good day, and hope you enjoy this.